but I think she was occupied because she was like, I went up to her, I was like, oh, hey, she was like, hey, my baby dad's calling me, and then she left, and I was like, oh, maybe she was busy. So I don't know, I felt awkward. What the heck, I felt awkward. I don't know how to say hi. If I feel like someone's busy, it's like,
Oh, come back, Ree. What up, Ree? It's my job for years.
And then Rihanna clapped back without uttering a single syllable. If you stay locked in until the finale, I will expose the precise anthem Rihanna blasted to deliver her cold message. Trust me, this revelation completely flips the script on this entire saga, because we are not just watching two icons dodge each other on some carpet. This rabbit hole goes much deeper. So let me deconstruct every messy detail that actually went down. Visualize this chaotic scene. The Met Gala just ended and a clip from Backstage Live started nuking every timeline on the planet. And in this footage, you see Rihanna standing there inhaling every bit of oxygen in the room. Then off to the side, you catch Tyla looking painfully awkward. She is twitching. She is darting her eyes everywhere. She looks like she wants to vanish into thin air. Meanwhile, Rihanna is calmly waiting for A$AP Rocky, who seems totally mesmerized by a conversation with another woman. Once the internet clocked that detail, people went absolutely ballistic with theories. Comments started flooding in from everywhere. Fans were convinced that Rihanna looked livid because Rocky was acting too flirty with a stranger. But here is the tea most people missed. Rocky was actually chatting with an Italian fashion editor named Giovanna, who both he and Rihanna already know intimately. It was a professional vibe between peers. Nothing more, nothing less. Even the videographer who captured the entire interaction went on record saying there was zero friction in that space. He claimed the energy was totally chill between everyone present. But you already know how the digital mob functions. A tiny snippet stripped of context transforms into a massive conspiracy theory within minutes. Still, I will confess that something spicy was brewing in those seconds. Rihanna was laser-focused on A$AP Rocky the whole time. Her gaze never shifted toward Tyla, not even for a heartbeat. Rihanna was like, I simply want to be her. That lone detail ignited the biggest online firestorm of the week. People started posting things like, she is intentionally ghosting Tyla. She is doing it to send a signal. She is throwing lethal shade without opening her mouth. And just as that drama started cooling off, something else exploded. Tyla entered the chat herself and made everything 10 times more chaotic. She decided to get loud about her own clumsy run-ins with Rihanna. Now, stay glued to the screen because this is where the plot really thickens. Tyla confessed that she actually encountered Rihanna last year at a different party, and she felt the energy was a bit off from her perspective. She did not spill the full tea, but she made it obvious the vibe was weird. Then at this year's Met Gala, she said she did not even bother approaching Rihanna at all. Why did she dodge that moment? Because Rihanna looked occupied. And to be totally fair, she actually was occupied. She was locked into A$AP Rocky and the reporter asking her questions. She was not hunting the room for fellow stars to embrace, but Tyla still obsessed over every detail, and that moment lingered in a way that clearly haunted her. Now here's where I want to check you for a second. Was airing this entire situation publicly really a boss move for Tyla? Even if she meant zero malice with her remarks, it poured gasoline on a growing fire. That narrative claims Rihanna hates Tyla as a human, or even worse, it hints that Rihanna might actually be threatened by her. And yes, people truly buy that theory online. But let me keep it 100 with you. Rihanna does not have a personal vendetta against Tyla as a person. She has nothing against her on a human level. What might actually irritate Rihanna is something entirely different. It is how the industry and perhaps Tyla's own camp are marketing her. They are branding Tyla as the successor to Rihanna. She is some sort of understudy waiting to snatch the crown. And we have witnessed this exact cycle repeat in music history. Let me give you a spicy example to digest. Revisit the Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande era for a moment. When Ariana first blew up, everyone in the game kept labeling her the next Mariah. Every sit-down, every glossy cover, every comparison piece crafted by music critics. And Mariah Carey did not vibe with that comparison at all back then. But here is the vital takeaway. It was never actually about Ariana Grande as a person. The two of them eventually linked up and showed mutual love publicly. The real villain was the music industry itself. It was trying to replace Mariah. She was suddenly expendable to them. Her legacy had an expiration date printed on the bottom. And now something hauntingly similar might be happening with Rihanna. Currently, she has not been focused on dropping music in years. At this stage, we are all still starving for that album that was promised a lifetime ago. So, the industry is naturally hunting for someone to occupy that void. They need a fresh new vibe. They need a fresh new face. They need someone to drag the torch into the next era. And Tyla just happens to fill that slot almost flawlessly. She is young. She is incredibly gifted. She has that global magnetism that transcends borders. And Rihanna likely sees exactly what is moving behind the curtain. That alone could explain why she has not been overly glowing or welcoming toward Tyla. And honestly, she does not owe her warmth. Tyla should not act like she is entitled to a big sister moment with Rihanna. It would be cool if they had a genuine bond, obviously, but it is not something anyone should demand from her. Rihanna already validated Tyla once before in a public way, and that should really mean something massive. Approval from someone at that tier is nearly impossible in this game. Speaking of rare energy, let me pause for a quick heartbeat. If you want more savage deep dives on celebrity beef and pop culture warfare, smash that subscribe button on Fame Thunder this second. We drop lethal videos every single week dissecting exactly what is rotting in the music industry. Also, make sure to trash or treasure this take in the comments as we proceed. Now let me get back to the breakdown. That is precisely why making a whole public spectacle about this entire ordeal felt messy. It gave the vibe that Tyla was truly pressed by the lack of attention. And worse, it felt like she wanted the world to notice it and take sides. But the major fail of speaking up is that it painted Rihanna as the villain of the movie. Now you have got people online saying absolutely unhinged things. They are claiming Rihanna is jealous of Tyla in some way. Some are even saying she feels intimidated by her aura. Others are pushing the fanfiction that Rihanna is scared about A$AP Rocky liking Tyla, which honestly sounds like the biggest reach of the century, especially when you recall that Rihanna has shown massive love to plenty of rookies in the past. She has embraced them warmly on red carpets. She has shouted them out in press runs. Billie Eilish knows me. There is even a legendary viral clip where Rihanna meets a young fan and gets really choked up about it. She told her how long she had been waiting to finally see her. She called her phenomenal and rare. She said meeting her made her so emotional she could barely breathe. Wait, let it sink in. Seeing a young star who is still rooted in who she is and where she originated is everything, and I adore that. That is the authentic Rihanna we all worship. Hey Ree, screaming. You look stunning. Thank you Ree. You look stunning. That is exactly who she is when she links with someone she honors. Moments like that absolutely validate that Rihanna has always boosted rising stars in this game. But this friction with Tyla is now warping the entire story. People are starting to side-eye Rihanna. She is just a hater now, which is honestly so toxic and completely baseless because that is not who she has been for the past 2 decades. Tyla speaking on this made everything significantly worse for herself. It looked like she was putting Rihanna on blast in a very public way, even if that was not her goal in the moment. And let me keep it real with you for a second here. Rihanna has one of the most savage fan bases in modern music history. She has massive status and gravity in this entire business. People are going to protect her regardless of the facts. That is just how the game works. Right now, Tyla is catching scorched earth backlash all over social media. Her name is trending for all the wrong reasons, and she has already started clapping back at the hate coming her way. But then something else happened that took this whole drama to another dimension entirely. Rihanna stepped in herself quietly but lethally at the exact same time. This is the reveal you have been starving for. Rihanna posted her own behind-the-scenes Met Gala clip on social media, and the track she chose to blast in the background. It was Ira Starr's anthem called Who's that girl? Let that marinate for a moment. Who's that girl? Now, that single move right there triggered every single eyebrow on the internet because it felt like a perfectly executed subtle dagger. The kind of message that asks, who exactly are you supposed to be? And many people believe it was aimed straight at Tyla without tagging her. But here is where it gets even deeper. Ayra Starr has been constantly compared to Tyla for the last 2 years. They are both rising African pop queens. They both have a similar sonic vibe and aesthetic. They both have that global crossover appeal, and the industry absolutely loves baiting them against each other. It is the same old script every single time. Now, both Ayra and Tyla have publicly shown love and respect to Rihanna. But here is the messy twist in the whole saga. Rihanna has openly claimed Ayra in a way she has not claimed Tyla. Rihanna has even referred to Ayra Starr as her daughter publicly. Yes, you heard me correctly, her daughter. That is the kind of vocabulary that speaks volumes about loyalty and the link between them. And let us not overlook one more massive factor here. The Roc Nation connection between them. Ayra Starr is signed to Roc Nation as part of her management. That is the same powerhouse management machine that controls Rihanna's career too. So, they are basically blood in the business sense of the word, which means Rihanna's move was not just a quiet jab aimed at Tyla. It also doubled as genius strategic marketing for Ayra herself. The song earned millions of new streams almost instantly. It rocketed up the charts across every social platform. Fans scrambled to dissect every single lyric line by line. It was a silent move, but it screamed to anyone actually paying attention. And the internet definitely unpacked every messy layer of it. This is what elite celebrity warfare looks like in real time. No press release, no formal sit-down, no clapback tweet drafted. Just a single song choice that says everything she needs to say. That is real power. That is true dominance. That is exactly why Rihanna is Rihanna at the end of the day. At this point, Tyla might need to take this whole disaster as a real-life lesson moving forward. Not every private vibe needs to be broadcast to the world. Not every awkward second deserves a public commentary on camera. Some experiences are far better handled in private with your circle, especially when those moments involve someone with the gravity and reach of Rihanna, because the public fallout will never go the way you assume. The internet will absolutely choose a side instantly. The stans will rally hard for their queen, and before you even blink, you are the one trending for the wrong reasons. This entire situation has now evolved into a full-blown cultural war online. And honestly, it really did not need to escalate this far at all. There were so many exits along the way for both of them. Tyla could have stayed completely mute about her feelings. Tyla could have handled it with comedy instead of gravity. Tyla could have reached out to Rihanna privately through her camp. But instead, it all became a very public circus. And now, everyone is picking sides like it is some kind of tournament. Some are firmly backing Tyla, saying she has every right to vent her real truth. They argue she was just being authentic about a clearly awkward moment. They say she did not directly insult Rihanna with her actual words. Others are firmly on Team Rihanna without debate. They say Tyla should have known better than to bring this up in public. They argue that Rihanna does not owe anyone her friendship or her time at all. And both sides honestly make solid points worth hearing. But here is what I think the bigger picture really is. This whole drama reveals something much darker about the music industry today. It reveals how artists are constantly being weaponized against each other for engagement. It reveals how women especially are framed as natural enemies when they could easily be partners. It reveals how the next big thing narrative creates toxic tension between artists. And it reveals how social media distills every small move into an all-out war. Imagine being Tyla for 1 second. You are young. You are climbing incredibly fast. You are being labeled the next legend before you have even had your full breakout moment yet. That is a lot of weight to balance on your shoulders alone. And it can seriously distort your own view of yourself. Now visualize being Rihanna in this exact moment. You are one of the most dominant forces on the planet today. You have constructed a global empire spanning music, fashion, and beauty. And now you have to watch the industry already attempting to crown your successor. That is also a massive weight to carry silently. So in some twisted way, both of them are caught in the identical snare. The industry snare, the comparison snare, the replacement snare. And the only entities winning here are the blogs and the social media algorithms. They feast off this kind of chaos daily. They absolutely live for it. There is a clear cycle that keeps repeating in pop culture every few years. A new young female artist blows up quickly. She gets compared to a queen who came before her era. The media brands it as a rivalry whether one actually exists or not. Fans pick sides and digital wars begin instantly. And eventually, the truth always leaks out years later in interviews. Most of the time, there was zero actual beef between the two artists. It was all manufactured for clicks, headlines, and stats. But the damage done to both legacies can be very real. So when you see drama like this explode, remember the cycle at work. Ask yourself who actually profits from this story spreading everywhere. It is almost never the artists themselves at the center of it. Now let me bring you back to where we are right now in this timeline. And Tyla is still absorbing the massive hate coming her way. Rihanna has moved on without uttering a single word out loud. And Ira Star is catching a massive career injection from this whole moment. The track That Girl is climbing charts everywhere. People are streaming it just to hear what Rihanna heard. That is the kind of strategic genius you simply cannot learn in any school. That is pure instinct forged from decades of surviving in this industry. And it should remind every new artist watching of one brutal truth. You do not always have to use words to make your point loud. Sometimes silence is more deafening than any interview ever could be. Sometimes a single song choice can speak for an entire generation of fans. That is the masterclass Rihanna just gave all of us in real time. So now I want to weave this whole breakdown together for you. Tyla shared her honest feelings about an awkward moment she had. Rihanna responded in the most Rihanna way possible. The internet exploded with theories and takes and wars, and we all got a real look into how the music industry actually functions. So, here is the question I really want to ask you today. If you were in Tyla's shoes, would you have aired that uncomfortable moment in public, or would you have kept it completely to yourself behind closed doors? Sound off in the comments below right now. Thanks so much for watching until the very end. Make sure to subscribe to Fame Thunder for more savage breakdowns like this one every single week. And do not forget to leave your take below before you head out. See you in the next one.